Oh, hello everybody. Hello Irina. I was waiting for this to tell me it's going live, but I think it is already. Welcome. We're in the 5-5 gateway. Yappa tappa da. There's my jazz hands because with the energies that have been coming through and my bad French accent, it's been definitely exciting, hasn't it? Guanasati qualia. And things have been brewing in my belly that I want to share with some of you because it could be a very exciting opportunity for you. And I also want to share about tomorrow evening. So tomorrow evening we're doing a live sister talk with two amazing, like freaking incredible ladies. One is the beautiful Zahara Celestial. She joined me on my last time I did a light language workshop. She was one of the guest speakers. She went through song and sound. She's amazing, right? And we have Teresa, and I don't know if I'm going to pronounce her name very well, but it's Lutenegger, I think is how I pronounce it. Teresa and Zahara will be joining me together, a trinity of us chatting about their latest vision together, the latest expedition, pilgrimage. It is a pilgrimage, by the way, that they have created, and we're going to chat about it because an awful lot of codes have come through, information that the world needs to hear right now. And of course, if you guys still want to join the pilgrimage, you can. I think they're doing an online thing if you can't make it physically, because they're going to different countries with this, right? I'm joining them in the Ireland version. They're also starting next week in Wales, in the United Kingdom. And of course Wales might just want to say Wales. And then they'll be coming over to Ireland the following week to Sligo, and we will be doing a real life pilgrimage, and I cannot wait. So any of you that are watching this that are feeling the call or the pull, or just curious about that, maybe I'd like to actually meet up with people and physically go to the land and physically be part of important grid work right now. My soul is calling for this. It's part of my purpose here on earth. Or maybe I just want to meet with amazing people because I'm going to be there too. And of course, Mairead, one of my beautiful friends, Mairead Gilmartin, I'm going to see her for the first time as well when I go there. And we'll have Sahara, we'll have Teresa, we'll have lots of other souls joining us. They're going to talk about it tomorrow. So if you've got questions, and if you want to just join the online and you can't make but you want to be part of the energy, come tomorrow and just see what the scene is, the lay of the land, because I'm still finding out what they're doing. Yeah, it's powerful, because the minute I heard that this was happening, my heart knew. I didn't even know what was going to happen. I was just like, sign me up. And the fact that I think, and this is something I haven't told Zahara yet or Teresa, but the fact that I signed on to that pilgrimage, without even talking to them about it or anything, the fact I signed on, my energy went into the vortex that they obviously have been co-creating, right? And everything's at a quantum level. Once your soul says yes to something, it opens up, right? It's about opening, expansion energy. That when I ran my dragon workshops, I actually think the push was from me saying yes to that. The dragons came in really strong because they work with dragon energy to me, and they pushed me to run 2 workshops in the space of 2 weeks, right, with dragon energy. And in those workshops, me and the peeps in there, we co-created and opened a new Stargate that hadn't been opened before in Antares, the Antarian Stargate. That was brought into the standing stones of Ireland and the UK, all over the world, including France, Spain. We worked all over. There was Australia, America. It went everywhere, into the labyrinths underneath the earth, into the standing stones, the megalithic stones, and the important power spots, including pyramids that have never even been discovered. All of that Stargate energy went into those, and it was something to do with an activation and amplification and new codings coming through for new earth energies. Also, when that Stargate opened, we saw the new beings coming through. We felt the new beings coming through and the new energies, and obviously they're new to the system. So they're coming in exploring, and they're coming here to also see their energies in. They're coming here to guide and co-create with us, see how we do things. So there was this beautiful ripple effect. It was really, really incredible. We're that has been open, so it's going to keep filtering through for everybody right now. You know, this was also linked into that Stargate is closely linked to Palladian, the Venus, and Andromedan and Arcturian as well. So they're all going to filter and knock off one another, those Stargates. So we're in a gateway right now, 5-5, which is why I'm kind of talking about it. When we finished that Stargate opening, and it happened at the moon, the new moon, and it happened at the eclipse. I mean, these are all really powerful freaking times, right? And it wasn't planned, it's just that's the way it happened. I realized I completed part of a soul contract, you know, joining with these souls, that I was like, wow, I've actually can really, really, really feel that I've ticked off something that I came to Earth to do. And I wouldn't have been able to do it on my own. Like, this had to be a co-creation, a specific co-creation at this point in time. That was just amazing to feel that. And it's kind of like, wow, we can feel it, we can allow it. How incredible is that? Of course, that's my ego wanting to have that validation and kind of tick things off. I totally know that, but also it kind of gives me courage, if that makes sense, to keep moving forward. You know, sometimes when it's like, oh, this is tough, I'm working through stuff, it's giving us that courage, like, it's okay, right? You're okay, keep going. I wonder what else there is. So the next else is this pilgrimage. I'd love to do that. I really feel I'm going to be doing a lot more land stuff moving on. I think a lot of people are, to be honest, even if you're not aware that you're doing it. If you're going around to lands or walking your own land, even if it's your freaking garden, or you're meditating and thinking about a place, you're doing land work whether you know it or not, right? It's just happening. It's happening with so many people. I know some of my own sisters were saying, oh, I was pulled to go here, we went on a drive and then we walked and I just felt really connected, and I sat against this place and I breathed it in, and I'm like, yeah, you were doing land work. They're like, really? I was like, yeah, that's as simple as it can be. Okay, Newell is on, Lindsay's on, Diane Murray, welcome. Marina, hi my love. I can't wait to talk to you soon, actually. Bella, Kath, hi. Judith, Janice, woo! Some of the peeps that we opened the Stargate with is here. Igita, welcome. Julie is here, welcome. And Irina, of course. So, my loves, share this as well if you want to, because I'm going to start bringing through some transmissions and codes. I'm going to pull some cards. But I want to share something that I have been with my United Sisters, which is part of the Star Tribes of Light. Hello, Star Tribes peeps. We have, with the encouragement of the dragon energy, I want to say, with the encouragement of Source Creator, the I Am Presence of all of us, a vision has come through. Do you want to hear what the vision is? It is something magnificent, and it's still percolating like coffee, okay? So the hot water is still coming in, it's still going, if that's a gurgling noise. And this gurgling of the coffee, this percolation of a vision, of ideas, of co-creation energy, because this is what it is about reaching as many souls as we can on a particular day during June. And we've picked the dates, but I won't announce them now until we're kind of official. I'm not going to tell you the name of it yet, but it is going to be a festival, a one-day kind of festival of light language and light and sharing light and pinging as many souls as we can in that one day. And this will be a free event of a festival where all of us in our space are going to come together. We're going to share our gifts. We're going to activate people. We're going to play. We're going to bring in music and dance and art and singing and talking and meditations. We're going to bring it all, right? And there'll be all these rooms. You'll be able to go in like as if you're in a virtual festival. And it'll be a festival of light for co-creation, for sparking you, for uplifting you, for healing. And we hope to reach thousands. Like, this is the dream, right? We want to reach as many souls as we can, and gifting them this love, this light. And this has come from, for me, what I feel is the dragon energy. They're like, be the lighthouse. Let's ignite every single lighthouse on earth as much as we can. Let's spread this out now, right? Let's spread it out. Don't be playing small anymore. They're very much around like, take off your invisibility cloaks and pull up your visibility socks. So that was something weird I said the last day. I thought it was funny as well. Like, I can just imagine, here's my socks, I'm pulling them up and I'm stepping out into the world, spreading the love, the light, activating, showing others, playing with others, letting them show me, because everything is co-creation. Like, You vibe off someone, someone vibes off you, and you create something beautiful, right? That is it. It can be that simple. So this is a vision, a dream. I think it's going to be one of many. Let's see what happens, what unfolds. And once we have it kind of landed properly, I'll share more details, and you can of course join, share with anybody that you wish. Spread the word, because that's what it's about. This is about spreading the word, the light, the love, the sound, the play, the expression. This will also really activate a lot of people's creativity energy. Today, the 5-5 creation codes. Creation codes, creation codes, creation codes. And often with creation codes, we have that peeling away, the letting go, the like death of something. Look at me burp as I say that, because the energy moves through. Because we're entering into the summertime as well, which is how we feel more inspired in this energy, right? We've come into from the winter, from the spring, we're poking our heads out, and now it's time for us to bloom, to shine, right? That's whereas we're moving into the summer energies. It'll also be just before solstice. The plan is that we're running this. This will also be actually a foundational preparation point for the 0808, because that's going to be I'm already getting stuff in for that. I'm already getting the vastness, because I am Leo and 0808 lands on the week of my birthday, and the power I always feel. I mean, the very first, I think, transmissions I ever held were 0808 transmissions, right? Many of you met me on those transmissions. That gate opening for me is very, very powerful. So I'm already getting like, we're preparing the way for that. But oh my God, imagine a festival. Imagine the souls light up. Imagine the shares, the co-creation. Imagine gifts and abilities being amplified and accessed. Because when you create with more than like a few people, right? Like when there's more than 3, it's a boom. Imagine more than 100, 200, 400, 500, 1,000 souls aligned with the same vision. Imagine that. Imagine the power of that. And all hearts aligned in one. And when I say that, it's one love, right? All hearts aligned in love. The expansion for your soul, for my soul, the capacity that we grow into is next to none. And that's why I feel the dragons are like with their wings going, go forth, bring this out to everybody. I know I'm talking about dragons quite a lot, so maybe because I've just run 2 workshops with them and they're still very much with me. They're also saying that quite a lot of people are starting to become more aware of dragons around them that may never have before. So if that's you, hello, welcome to your dragon clan. They want to make themselves known because you're ready now. And also the Gateway 22222, so the 22nd of the 2nd was major for dragons in February, and it opened a lot of people up to them. Even unconsciously, they become more receptive of dragon force energy from the galactic and angelic realms. And there's a lot of healing that happens with that as well. Right, we're going to move on. And I have a brand new card deck I'm going to show you, and it is a dragon card deck. I just got it and I haven't used it on a live yet. I haven't even used it in my group yet, actually. I used it on one soul reading today. I closed out my soul readings today. The vortex I opened the 19th of April, and it was very powerful. Thank you, souls, for partaking in that. I love you. This is Dragons, Guardians of Truth by Gayatri Singh. So I'm going to pull some cards from that. Lindsay's coming in straight away because I can see your name. I might not get to everybody, but I'm going to get to the ones that I feel pulled to. Hold an intention. Lindsay Richards. Lindsay Richards, do I have your permission to pull a card? Oh, okay, root activation, grounding, connecting in, root activation. So your root, what's going on in your root? Hoto Niyamaka, there's a release. A lot of this is old family stuff as well. So unsafety, I'm not safe, releasing. Also manifestation powers associated with the root, right? Being safe. Sex energy, money stuff. there's a balancing out happening there. So if you're doing like exercises with the root opening, like things like this, what I'm doing, like which is activating for the root and embodiment stuff, like womb root connection, you want a balanced root. It's not like the balanced root is I am safe, I am abundant, I'm in my power, I'm here on earth and I'm loving it. I'm not overly attached to anything physical, material either, because the root, if it's out of balance, is in scarcity or it's over attached. Like wanting lots of, you could have everything that you need, but you want more because it's not full, right? So anything where that is, release, revoke, rescind, delete. Desires are okay, but when it's from an attached energy, it's different, right? There's something that wants to be let go of. What is it that needs to be let go of? Oh, it's super, actually I feel this is like old. There might not even be consciousness around it. So let's invite anything that wants to be released in the root. Connect into the womb. And your masculine is coming through now around support. So we all have feminine and masculine energies, a balance within us, the yin and the yang. It depends on what wording you use, right? And if some people say like the masculine is there to support, the feminine is there to create, the masculine supports the creations, the feminine brings it into matter, like all this like flow. But if we're operating more in one energy or more in the other, it can lead to tiredness, exhaustion, burnout. Also like feeling I'm not supported, I don't have enough of, I can't, any of that kind of stuff. It won't work for me, comparison energy to others. So releasing, revoking, rescinding that. Now I know I'm reading for you, Lindsay, but like this is for everybody, it's for all of us. We're all here for this right now, right? Interesting. So we pulled a card for you, so you can see the energies releasing. So I'm just invoking that in your I am presence. Please come through, Lindsay's I am presence. And we call forth the dragon, the sage dragon. Now I'm having activation in my solar plexus and the navel region, like top of the womb, solar plexus area, big time holding this card. This is my power center. This is my area of mastery. Now it says sage. Sage is the wise one. Woo! See how much I'm yawning. So that's energy releasing. This is around, I'm having energy release here. You can see my eyes. Can you see my eyes starting to get watery? And like I'm draining or something, right? So this is around seeing clearly, breathing clearly. And what that means is, these are all sensory stuff, right? So I'm feeling an opening in the solar plexus, which is my divine will. So anywhere I give my power away to a situation, a person, a place, a thing, or even an emotion, right? I felt disempowered by anger or sadness, anything like that. Like it's about reclaiming that back. Into balance, empowered energy. Not superior or inferior, it's balanced. Ooh, this energy is really working through because now it's coming up from the solar plexus into the heart space, the lungs. It feels very connected to lung energy, which is breath of life, which is also the element of air. So just take a couple of deep breaths if you're not breathing quite deep enough, perhaps. You can see what I'm doing here as well is sometimes if we're caught, if there's an emotion stuck, we might not be able to fully go deep down, right? So a good way to do that is if they're blocked here even, or if it's in the throat, you're going to do a double breath. So it's like so it comes here first and then goes deeper on the second, and that kind of helps open up things. So something to do with the breathing. This is related also to what you're carrying on your shoulders, and this will open up the solar plexus energy. So placing a hand, you can breathe in and just rub the hands together, get some heat going, get some energy. I'm going to invite that clearing in and bring in the sage energy. And just bring that now. Can you see the light in my hands coming out? Bring that down to the solar plexus. So it's on my sternum. just above my womb, and I can feel massive heat coming from my hands, and we're going to bring in the sage dragon. Kawukon Kiyama Waye Kiyanama Sakawa. This is the card of remembrance. Humba Kiyanama Sakawa. You are here to rise above beyond duality, to enable you to move forward with your divine blueprint that you have determined before birth. So, I'm here to activate, access, and anchor your divine blueprint. This is to connect you to the I am presence. Breath, major breath stuff. Go to a breathwork class, even if it's online. This is to bring you into the heart space. Green for the heart space, pink for the heart space, connecting into the heart, the higher heart. You can see the green flame linked into Archangel Raphael to create massive healing in the heart. Nandara Sutorind. Feel their energy moving through. Can you feel it? There's like loads of codes here. Oh my God, you've got me doing crazy yawns. Alright, I need you to do some dragon breath, right? Let the dragon breath out through you. Stick out the tongue, because that's going to open up the space as well. Use your hands. I mean, we do this for fun in the workshops, right? Like, or through the mouth. Whatever's easy for you. Okanamasakti. Is there any other message from the dragon, the sage? Open your heart and allow this energy to ignite the spark within to work through you. Your divine purpose shall now be activated. I'm really getting a ton of codes above your crown in your head. It's making me itch, and they need to land. So when the breath is going to help them land. As I'm yawning, I'm in your field, right? So that's going to start clearing you as well. Confusion energy be gone. Somebody's projecting onto you right now as well. We're going to clear that. There's something at the behind. Want to hold you back. We're going to clear any interference energy there. That's coming through on the father line, the masculine energy. I'm asking, do I have permission on your behalf to clear that? Yes. What needs to happen for that to fully release? It's something karmic, ancestral. It's related to the masculine. Masculine is not there for me in the way that I need it. It doesn't show up in the way that I need it all of the time. I have an expectation on the masculine. Sometimes it shows up and other times it doesn't, so I don't know if I can fully trust or lean into it. Now this is also your own masculine. So this would be your focus energy, your clarity energy, your commitment energy, your consistency energy. And I hate the word discipline, but like, I don't have a better word to say that. Where we have a thought, a vision, and that's the feminine, but we need the masculine to create it into matter, which is an action step, an aligned action step, right? There's something awaiting energy here. Oh my God, girl. I've done enough yawning. It's important to watch your thoughts and actions moving forward, is what this dragon is saying as well. Okay. The sage is also a messenger of truth and signals revelations that will come to you from this point onward. So downloads, right? And connection to the I am presence. What does your I am say to you right now? What is in your highest good right now? And you can take a breath in with me, like, and everybody can do this, because when I read for one, I read for all, everybody, okay? So there'll be something within this that will resonate for you too. That's why I pick certain people out, because they're holding a message for the space, for the group, for the 5-5 gateway. So I'm feeling into the field and I'm pushing it out. I'm expanding the field that's a little bit contracted here, right? We want to get it big. So that means you think big. You think possibility, unexpressed potential, the wow and the awe of what if. What more can I create? That's okay, it's expanding. Good. Thank you for allowing me to do that. What can I so whooshata? Whoo! And the reason that was kind of in a bit, which was kind of stopping the full coatings coming through, was a protection energy. Like I'm not fully safe because I don't know what this means. What do I need to let go of? What identity is not mine if I receive the codes coming through? Like what do I have to die off? Because this is the truth that I know, and what happens if I don't know this truth anymore? Who am I? So we kind of we don't know, we unconsciously do these things, and part of that was linked into back here into a pulling back, not wanting you to go forward energy. This was linked into your ancestral stuff, but it was also at a layover or a crossover, something karmic as well. So I asked for permission to clear that. There's a little bit more left. I'm getting a yes. There is a little bit more left because there may be something, a realization that wants to come to you. So you integrate that into your body, but it's been loosened. If you want to imagine that I had a wrench and I just opened a screw, that's kind of what's happened here. So it's kind of up to you now, right? Let me call in your guides to help with that. Integration of your deep divine truth. That's what that is. Oh my God, the burping and the yawning. Lindsay, you got me going, huh? All bodily functions. Okay. Some of you may feel what was happening with Lindsay there, because it's also something for your field of resonance that may be coming through right now. How did any of that landed, Lindsay? Peggy Whitaker, is that how I pronounce your name? Or Whiteacre? Finger. Peggy, hello. Haven't seen you before, but welcome. Welcome, my pretty. Not in a creepy way. I hope some of you might be joining now, and if you are, hi. I was telling the peeps about the vision that we've had in Star Tribes of Light, the ladies that are co-creating this space, and we're going to run a festival. Oh my God, I'm so excited. We're going to run a festival. This is like sneak peek stuff because we're literally like letting it land right now. We're running a light language festival, a festival of light, a festival of play, a festival of sound, of creation, of activation, of healing, to reach as many souls as we can. Being the lighthouse, ping, 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 as many souls as we can, all over the world, right? To get them in this room, to get thousands of people in this day-long festival that we want to do. I cannot wait. So when I have the deets, I'm going to share more. I'm already kind of sharing it before it's fully landed. But oh my God, I have to. The inspiration is just there. And I know if I say it, it anchors it more. It makes me accountable to say, okay, we're going to follow this through, right? So it's going to be a summer festival. No better way for me to launch this, I think. And for us in the group, in my Star Tribes ladies group, please join the Star Tribes of Light. It's a free public group. We bring in lots of love. If in case you're not there, just go there right now. Join Star Tribes of Light right now, right? It's a beautiful group of beautiful souls where we bring through our artwork, we bring through our shares. It's free. There's healings given. People, it's a beautiful space. It's a community, and that's what we want to build, is a community. Peggy, this is for you. I'm gonna go again to this. Oh. They're actually saying, they're kind of drawing me to this deck for you, but I really want to use my dragon ones, but they're saying, I think Peggy's card's in this deck. Peggy. Okay, I'm going to just clear this deck because I used it for my soul readings today. I just want to make sure there's no energies on the deck, please. Can we bring in the fire, the flame? So Peggy, this is a beautiful deck by Lightstar. It's all very connected into inner earth energies, fairy, fae, she, elven. Like, it's magic, okay? So they're obviously calling to you for me to pick up this deck, okay? So I just want to clear it. The highest good of Peggy, please. We choose a card. The highest good of the group that are watching or watching in the future. Any messages that want to come through. Hold an intention if you have one. Oh, so many sparkles around you. I feel like you have lots of fae around you. That's why. And orbs. Do you take photographs and see orbs? Rainbows, rainbow rays. So portals are around you quite a lot. You open portals whether you're aware of it or not. And when I say you open portals, what I mean by that is when you're in a certain frequency and there's a place or a time or even an intention to bring forth an energy, to plant a seed of inspiration, we open portals. Not everybody does this. More people are now, right? And it's for us to bring our consciousness to it is the best way when we're doing that. And also if there's an open portal that needs to be closed, that we're bringing consciousness to close it, so we don't get energies that don't need to happen or leakages happen as well. But when you are a portal opener, I think you know this already. So I'm kind of explaining this maybe for anybody that's not familiar. You're creating bridgeways, right? You're creating a bridge, a doorway, a bridgeway for frequencies, energies, beings that are here to assist us on our journey on Earth, but also for us to assist them. It's a co-creation, right? So we might be bringing our energy in that they need, and they'll bring their energy in that we need, and it's a beautiful co-creation. And in co-creations, we expand, we learn, we garner trust, we garner confidence, we get upgrades, like DNA upgrades. We create bridges for new souls to come through, and that's really important right now, that we're creating bridges, footsteps, foundations for the new babies that are wanting to be born, whether it's us that's birthing them or other people. It matters not, because we're doing this together. We're creating that new pathway, that new frequency, energy, laying the foundations, because folks, it's going to happen. Okay, there's going to be a falling away. It doesn't need to be catastrophic or cataclysmic. The more bridging energy that we have, the more melding that we have of that, the weaving, the tapestry that we're weaving right now from our hearts of that, the more easeful it will be in the transitioning. We're really going to see duality, and this is 5-5 Gateway is around releasing duality, by the way. It's all connected, but we will see it more. We'll see untruth more. In other words, you're going to sniff bullshit out straight away. Okay, the veils will be really obvious. It's not like it's going to be easier to discern. They'll try to get sneakier, the energies or the people behind the veils, whatever way you want to put that, the illusion, the dreamscape of the Matrix, right? Where it's just crazy freaking shit happening. It's going to be really obvious. And you'll know where your foundations are laid, because it's not going to be that direction, it's going to be something else. So getting clear on our path with that, the portals, the gift that you have of opening portals helps not just you but others, because if you've a foundational bridge made, it's not just for you. Anybody that walks by that place, that time, that energy frequency that you've anchored, it helps them too, whether you're aware of it or not. It does. And sometimes that's part of our purposes when we come here on Earth. We if you don't, you're like, I'm bringing conscious awareness to many people because they don't understand that they do this. They think they're just being themselves, which they are. But you know what? That's part of your purpose. It mightn't be all flashy, big on a stage. It doesn't need to be. It's you being you. It's you connecting in with trees, creating a portal to the tree realm. It's you connecting in with the flowers, the devas, the spirits within the flowers. Nature is massive right now for us creating portal openings. Of course, if you work with others, like what we're doing, I'm opening a vortex of energy that I'm stepping into your field and you're stepping into mine. That's why I'm able to read you. That's a bridge. We created a bridge, right? And I do this from the highest, purest intention, with the highest source line attention. Okay, so when we always bring an intention of the highest truth, highest love, we know that we're protected, we're safe, allowing that to happen. We can trust. So I'm just going to pull your card now. What am not? You should that. Why? They're saying you're talking quite a lot, Mary. Look at this. I knew you were going to pull. There's like one earth card in this deck, and it's a fairy deck, but you pulled the Gaian card with the codes of Gaia awakening. So you already do connect in with all of these beings that you can kind of see here. All the little fairy beings, all the little elven beings, all little magical beings. that help with Gaia's awakening. Last week in the Dragon Workshop, my love, Peggy, we opened up a Stargate in Antares in the Dragon Workshop, and we worked with the standing stones around Earth, we worked with the labyrinths underneath the Earth, we worked with the grid lines, and we brought forth the codes. Like, this is also, see all the codes coming through? You do a lot of that with your portal work, whether you're aware of it or not, because I feel like you're super connected into Earth. Is there anything else that wants to be said? The actual card says Gaia awakening, preparing relocation, which can mean you're physically moving places or moving to places. Like, I'm doing a pilgrimage next week, right? So I'll be moving. It doesn't mean I'm going there permanently, but I'm moving from location to location with earthwork. Bringing conscious awareness wherever it is, whether you're on a bus, whether it's in a city, whether it's out in the countryside, all that is part of you helping and anchor the codes. And it says here, part of what you're doing is bringing forth a new level of consciousness to all living beings on Earth, helping in the ascension process. And you're being prepared to make a change or a shift in your surroundings. Maybe it's your home life, or maybe it's just your field, right? That's what it says here. New experiences and synchronistic events occur to connect you. This often happens. If you were a grid worker, you're sending light into the earth grids. You're going to bring your soul family to you. You're going to find the beings that want to connect with you, right? You're going to be able to find your communities and even create your communities. Like Star Tribes of Light is a co-creation of a community for me that I wanted, and the ladies that worked with me, we wanted it together. Equal, completely equal, right? Where we're receiving and giving and equal. Sharing our wisdom equally. Everybody has a voice. Everybody has a space to just be themselves. So this is part of that as well, where you're creating that, you're finding that, or you've already found it. And if you haven't found it fully yet, or maybe it's to expand greater, that there are going to be synchronistic signs, and to watch out for those, to feel into them. And that's the magic, because that's how the universe speaks to us. Even in the mundane, there is magical, right? It says, you are receiving upgrades now to assist you in propelling to a higher level. It's time to connect with Gaia. And it's time to reach out to your true soul and star family. So it is kind of what I said there. An Arcturian being that's connected to you coming through. And that is linked into your healing abilities as well. All right, Peggy, so that was for you. I hope you enjoyed. You're another little grid worker. Do you feel like you do that work? Are you conscious or aware of it? Maybe you are, you see. I don't know you. I've only just connected you for the very first time. So trees are coming through, because I did see you like working with portals and trees. Oh my God, they're coming through really loud. It's almost like I can see a tree spirit doing this. Oh, Peggy! It's like they're singing in unison right now. Oh, we love her so when she connects with us. And when she connects with us, she opens the portals to the other dimensions and realms, off planet as well as on planet. When she can go off planet, she is traveling into the many multiverses and universes. And that is the capacity that she holds within her DNA frequency. Now they're showing me that. They're very excited. That's not me laughing, that's them, right? They're saying that, the Antarian being that came through, there's a Stargate there that you work with, and that is connected into one of the realms of the tree people. And that you can, if you want, you can start working with that more consciously to bring forth the codes that will be coming through. And I am getting June will be an opening for that. There's a specific code frequency. You're not doing it on your own. By the way, I feel like there's 3 or more of you consciously getting together. Whether it's something that you just say in a group, I don't know, but it's just coming through for me to say this, Peggy, so I don't know. I'm just saying it. Like, I feel there's more than one of you. Maybe you have a soul family that you do this kind of work with, or you just consciously set an intention, and it's just happening because you've consciously set an intention to bring forth a new code from the Arcturus Stargate regarding trees. Hey, Shunya Mahwa. We are the red oaks. We're coming through now. And they're showing themselves giant. These are giant trees. The size of like 20, 30, 40-story buildings. They look red, like, I don't know what they're called. Red oak? Red something. They're showing me Yellowstone National Park. That once they had like they were all over, but they had a king's seat there. I don't know how to put this. Like, their power center was there. Like, they would have, the grid work and how grid work works, that was the main power center. They're kind of saying many of us are gone now. But our energy is still there in the etheric realm, and as you connect in with us, you'll bring us further and stronger through. You hold us in your body. We hold much wisdom all the way back to the point of creation. You will find much truth within us because we will converse with you. You have question and we will answer, be it around creation, be it around the origin of something. Even the civilizations that have been lost to man, that civilization that is not recorded, we hold that wisdom, that key code. We hold it with the crystal grid. We are the great trees. We return to our home planet in consciousness, but we are coming back again into the inner earth realms. We will even seed when the time is right and be born once again on the fresh soils of new earth. We seek the carriers of this energy, and Peggy, you are one of them. We will be activating many of you soon. Thank you. Well, there you go. That's something new. Wow. They're coming back here. They're going to grow again. Wonder what that means. That they'll see it again. All right, my darling. Thank you for bringing that through, Peggy. Bless you. I wonder, does somebody know that? Like, does anybody know? I don't know much about Yellowstone Park. It was specifically in America that Yellowstone Park was a center point for that particular tree. Is there a record or a history of old ancient trees there? Like, does anybody know the name? Are they red? Like, I don't know. I definitely got that was, I have to research this. Maybe it's not, they did say like some of this has been lost to man. It's not in our records. So we will see. Okay, let's see. Lindsay, my love, what are you? Thank you. Beautiful. Blocks pulling back, you know that. Okay, grand, good. Breath work, yep. Tension around the root is opening, yep. And the solar plexus tension releasing through the heart, good. You're getting all tingly. That is the release then. Do definitely, I feel like if you signed up to like 3 breathwork classes, you'll have freaking huge shifts, right? And you can do them online if you can't find anybody near you. And what I'm getting, the word is a rebirthing process. Like breathwork can rebirth us so easily. Liz is saying, those are very huge old trees. I don't know if they're in Yellowstone. I don't know. I just got that because I got that they don't exist anymore. Like it was Yellowstone as we see it now. Like there was a geyser thing, but that wasn't there then. It was like a lush place with these huge trees. They brought me to Yellowstone because it was a PowerPoint center for them, but they were all over. And the energy would feed outwards along grid lines there. So I'm assuming, and I'm going to look up, does Yellowstone on some type of a grid line? And maybe that grid line is around about reactivating it now as well. Maybe it's a PowerPoint activation that ignites a grid line. Yes, that's it. Okay, thank you. So sometimes there are power spots around Earth. Some people, like you'll always see churches built in a power spot, like can be guaranteed. And they weren't churches that were there before. It was something else, right? Pyramids built in power spots, right? In the modern world, we're going to you can see like what are they built in power spots? Government buildings, football stadiums, and they've created a power spot to funnel energy through the lines you see to give power. But what we're doing with New Earth is we're activating power spots that need to be reactivated or recharged. That's what we did with the Antares Stargate. We recharged the standing stones around Earth, and some of them have been moved from their original place. We wove them back into place energetically, if that makes sense, to anchor in that power spot energy again. So you have the power within you, whether you do it individually or collectively. It's very powerful collectively. It's easier, it's faster, it's easier when you do it with more than one person. To create a power spot, which is you're opening a vortex and you're amplifying a point on Earth. Certain points on Earth are much easier to amplify, and when you do that, you create an energy force field around that space, and energy starts to draw up. You create like a grid point. Some places you'll naturally know they want to be opened up as a sacred spot again, or activated, reactivated. They probably were at one stage and then it drained, it shut, it closed down, often through trauma or horrible acts of war, right? And what we want to do is shift the energies and activate, amplify it once again into the pure source aligned ascension timeline. Sometimes like the grids have shifted around Earth as well over obviously millions and millions of years, and sometimes new spots open up. So many of us will be called to places that weren't originally, but they are, because the new overlay of the 5D grid line will have different specific spots to the old overlay, which is totally falling away right now, right? Because the new one really is getting anchored in this year. Like it's totally different to last year. All right, enough of that. It's hard to find languaging for this. Like, you'll have a knowing what will resonate within you, because languaging can be so limiting. Who is this card for? Nula is asking, is it red chestnut? I'm in my doubt right now, because it's like, I don't know, I just saw them. Maybe they don't have a name that we've given them, like they're red something and I don't know what the other name is, because we don't have them, they don't exist anymore. Okay, who is this card for? I'm just going to go through. Victoria saying Redwood National Park has sequoia trees. I don't know what that is. Sequoia. I can't even pronounce it. If I can't pronounce it with you writing it, I probably can't pronounce it from spirit. Oh, it's definitely going to be a problem, my words going. Who is this next card for? Let me see. Katrina Perez. Hello. Are you still here? Did you ask for a card? I don't know, but your name is poking me. And you're new, so welcome. Are you still here, Katrina? Please post if you still are. Hi, Claire. Do I have permission to pull a card for Katrina? Is she watching? I'm just feeling, Athena, if you're still watching, there's something huge in your field that would be beneficial for the space, but you haven't said yes, so I'm not going to go into your field until you say yes. So I have to respect that. Yeah. Michelle is saying correct. There are no records. Sacred, hidden, crystalline grid lines in Yellowstone. Waiting for the right timing. Maybe it's even waiting for the right people. Like Peggy. Hello. Michelle, I'm going to pull for you. Michelle, I think I saw that you said it was okay to pull you a card. Oh, we might as well do the dragons. Ooh. Hello. In tuning into your higher self, I'm going to say a couple of things. Take it with lightness that it's intended. I keep hearing this sentence, so I need to say it out loud. So please forgive me. Take a little breath in. And everybody, this is, like I said, if I'm pulling a card for you, this is for the whole space. Whether you're watching this in the future or not, by the way. Here's looking at you. Michelle, why are you still playing small? Why are you still playing small? And anyway, I can't play any bigger than I am right now. I'm going to invite that to be released, focused and deleted. Anywhere there's a focus energy that's not expansive, that's quite tight, release, focus in that focus energy. Anywhere there's like a survival energy, that's the focus energy, release, focus and delete that across time, space, dimensions and realities. You can see I'm moving around now because I'm going into the root, and there it is uncomfortable. In the root, ooh, ow. Be aware that I birthed a dragon last week, and that's why I'm still integrating, because I shifted a lot of stuff in my root. But I'm sensitive to somebody else's root. It's not necessarily that your root's me causing me pain, it's just amplifying anything that I have of discomfort. So I'm moving into your root right now. And I just realized I was holding my bum bum. Open Uranus. How many people do that to you? Oh my god. I shouldn't use words like that on the live. But anyway, ha ha ha. We'll just take it with lightness. Open your back passage there. Soften that sphincter. Soften the mouth as well. I just realized, you're controlling your breath too. So you controlled down the root, like you're holding here. On my body, that's how I'm feeling it, my love, right? And I feel like it's amplified for me to say this out loud. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're that tight, but that's how I'm feeling it, right? Tight. Oh my God, look at the languaging. And then I was like, let's take a breath in. And I took a breath in and I went like this. Literally another, what's that look like? Another bum bum, anus hole, right? So there's this whole thing around the sitting space, the whole thing around it's tight, it's holding in. Is this true? Is this true? Is this true? Because it feels like a really deep expansion in that space wants to happen. And as I say that, I'm getting a shift in my energy all the way down my side. And this is my right side is opening up now. It's starting to go, okay, maybe I can trust to let go. And is it let go of control? Is it let go of scarcity? Is it let go of lack? Is it let go of I'm not supported? Is it let go of I can't get any bigger than I am? And that's why I'm playing at the size I'm playing. Because there is a huge, the reason I'm saying this is because there is a huge, how many huges can I get? Expansion energy there for this sliding into, for the taking. More expanded than you can even imagine. More expansive than you maybe have ever tasted or smelt or touched before. Like this feels vast beyond measure. This feels like, as I put my foot in it now, it's like my foot feels like it's going to slide off the ground right now, because it's like I'm going to fall into a hole. But it's not a hole, it's an expanse. And that can be a little scary actually, because I'm like, whew, I have to leap. I have a leap of faith here. I can't feel the ground under my feet, and maybe I don't want to jump if I don't feel the ground under my feet. Like I'm literally, as a human, that's part of my brain is doing that, even though this is not me, this is you, right? Literally I can hear my thoughts, right? So I'm feeling my limits right now right? Just stepping into your expanse energy that's there, that is waiting for you to take that leap of faith. It doesn't have to be blind faith. I want to say that out loud. We can have discerned faith. It can be a small step, but a big breath. And the big breath is the allowing. The big breath is the surrender. The small step is, let's test the water. I'm not blindly going into anything. Let's test the water, and if that step feels okay, I'll take the next one, and as I get more comfortable, I'll maybe get on my bum and slide into it. I don't have to fall into anything. I can slide, and sliding is much more fun, right? It's like, whee, rather than, ah! Right? Oh my God. You kill me. Your higher self is hilarious. That was them, like, you know, you're like, ah! It's like, whee! Okay, so start practicing your whee energies, right? And you're never alone. You're doing so much work on that scarcity lack. I'm just going to follow that again, because I know we did a soul reading, but I'm just following that back because I can see it shifting and it's releasing. Okay, some of that's connected to the land and the thoughts that are collective on the land. So you're kind of doing a bit of work on that as well. And again, soften into the sitting space. I just realize I'm holding. I keep having to unhold that. Stop that. Why do you keep holding? So we feel into the abundance of the land. You have specific creation abundance codes for you and the land right now that are ready to be seeded in the next month. You already know this. You already feel this. The next Stargate will be opened in Africa. All of the whole continent. Look at me burping as I say that. And it'll be bringing forth empowerment codes, sovereignty codes, and abundance codes. Africa is the next and newest Stargate opening. Can I ask, where is it connected to? No, not for me to know right now. Okay, thank you. Right, there's a boundary there for me. That's not for me to know right now. But that's not to say it's not for you to know, right? Oh, okay, there's a Stargate Guardian right now guarding that, right? Because there's specific people. You know, there was a Guardian over our Ontarian one as well, and there was a Guardian over another one for another lady, Naomi, you know her, but her and Linda Sell had to open another one. So sometimes there's specific souls that the Guardians are there, and there's only a soul group family that are permitted. They have the codes for that particular gate, like, so it may not be for me to poke my nose in there, if that makes sense. Sometimes these are soul contract stuff, right? You're definitely connected to that. And sometimes it's aligned with timing and star alignments, and the gathering of the peoples, the clearing of ourselves. A bigger belief in self with this as well, instilling the bigger belief in the self, bigger belief in the self, bigger belief in the self. They're repeating this to me. This is all part of the expansion energy. Really, I feel this is for all of us, because now I can feel it in my throat. My throat just got a little tight. Can you hear my voice has changed, right? It's gotten quieter, it's gotten tighter, right? So it's clearing this. It's wanting to clear the expression pathways, because the creation pathways are linked into your expression pathways. How we create, how is expressed out, how it affects souls, right? And this is also taking space up, taking massive space up, taking the space of a continent up, so you're felt everywhere. And then the commanding codes want to come through as well. commanding divine birthright energy, commanding divine abundance birthright energy, commanding divine synchronistic energy, kanamasata, where everything just keeps falling into place wherever you go. Every step you take, abundance is unfolding. Rivers are flowing over. Orchards are dropping fruit at your hand. There's coins flying out of everything, right? It's like this magnetism energy that's deeply connected to you through your soul, your body, and the earth that you're on. And when that Stargate stuff starts coming through for you, it's like you're getting ready for that. And sometimes there's another rebirth happening when we do that type of work. I don't know if that'll happen for you. I'm just saying that's what happened for me like last week and the week before. Can you feel more expansive in that? Like, whew, this is like soul contract stuff, right? This is big. Who are the souls? Hello, Nuala, that's on the call. I want you to feel into that. Do you want to connect in with Michelle? Your name's coming up, Nuala. Yama swahane masi. Yehela yamawayi kiana masu. We're all here to remember, remember, remember. Kama sotina akiyama tuesi yataki. And remember that there are other circles doing this type of work, and energetically we connect in with them as well as the elders of the lands, okay, the peoples of the lands as well. Andawa masati kinye wahar hindama sehe kinika uk and uk kid gaur unk ermats al here. All right. And the card, my hands are shaking actually. So as I'm tapping into that energy, can you see my hands shaking? I need to ground this, by the way. Just talking about it is doing that. Like, we haven't even done a transmission. Can you see my hands shaking? Right, so there's a lot of energy movement, right? So you're also holding shit tons of energy. So we need to, God, my language today has been really foul, by the way. What is this Docker energy that I'm releasing? I must be getting rid of some stuff there as well. I just have to laugh, let it through. Ooh, Tamatai. Can we anchor this energy? Nyama, you're ready to birth, my love. You must be feeling quite full, like full of the energy, full of the release. So you can just, if you want to do that with your hands, bring it down to bring your hands down, rest them on the belly button and the tips of your fingers on your pubic bone. Some sound energy. Help that release down through the feet into the earth. So I'm just getting the right side is the doing. Anywhere the doing that is linked into trying to get things done, trying to keep going, trying to survive it all, trying to move through it all, trying to get it all done. We're asked that to be released, please. Doing it on my own is coming up with that as well. So can I release that and that responsibility? Because this is most definitely co-creation energy. Because you're to birth together. And anywhere there's resistance to working with others, release, focus, and delete that. Usually do this on my own energy. Not for this. Sorry, my love, not for this. Hear the call of the earth. It requires us as communities to come together. Commune. Co-creation is a level forward is the next up-leveling. And this means that all our hearts must align. It's been difficult before because the hearts have not been aligned. When the hearts and minds and wombs are aligned as one, co-creation energy is the most powerful, expansive, momentous energy one can enter into. It is the space of magic. It accesses all realms, all versions of self, multi-dimensional aspects, coming home into the vortex of multiple peoples. When your I am, your physical body, your feels, connect in this way, the power is amplified to such an extent that the earth and the heavens become one. Ia shamdanama ki hanama sahwayaki. Mountains can be moved in this way. Hamdanama. Wars can be stopped. Mashup akum e da e babara and elemental forces can be moved and shifted to the advantage of you for the highest good. This is part of the mastery of the elements alchemy, where true magic resides within the ethers as the balancing of fire, earth, water, air is woven into the ether. This is where you weave in the highest ascension timelines again. And access the gate codes the deepest creations. You know this is true. Your dragon light body is ready. We love you. That is the card. Everybody, Michelle is a key code keeper. Okay, so you can see some key codes even written on this dragon. She will map your blueprint with the codes. I don't know if this is the right way to say it, Michelle. Please write in the box what it is you do. Please put a link into what it is you do, because some people here need the work that you do now. And then Masatakia. And it's linked into the stargates, it's linked into the grids, it's linked into their businesses and their purpose work. Handama, we're all key code holders in some level. Humbahayama, some of us activate other key code holders. That's Michelle, right? She also holds the codes of knowledge to hand them over to you. So you put it in the lock and you open it. Because that's where true empowerment comes. You can co-create with somebody. Here's a key, let's co-create, let's have fun. But it's up to you whether you choose to put it in the lock or not. Right? We can hand you the keys, but it's your job as a soul to say, yeah, okay, I'm going to let this go. I'm going to get the courage. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to turn that key and let it flow into me, right? And bring it out where it needs to be brought out. So Michelle has a significant role on Earth, being a key code keeper. So if me saying this to you, activate something within you to connect with her, do that. There's a reason. Michelle helped me bring in one of my dragon attunements. She helped draw it out. Like I knew what it looked like and I sent it on, and she put in the energy into it. And it's one of the attunement codes that I use with dragons a lot. It's a dimensional code to travel through time and space. It's a clearing code. It helps me go into the Akash, the Hosmermenti. It's protective. So Michelle can work in lots of different ways, right, with you. So reach out if you want to have anything with her in that as well. This is part of the co-creation. You're not allowed to do it on your own anymore. That's why I'm saying this about you, okay? You are a product of creation, says this dragon. And you have been given the power to create. No creation can take place without the old making way for the new. Okay, this is more or less what I said. The dragon of renewal comes to you with specific messages of letting go. You're being asked to trust and release old structures. Close your eyes and honor every person, situation, and circumstance that has led you to be here. It's a sign of great strength to be able to honor that which has caused you pain in the past. That's a shift in perspective, essentially. Once this is done, you will be guided towards a new destiny. What is destiny? Destiny is that with which you hold in your blueprint. The renewal card requires you to channel your inner courage. It is a rare blessing to be able to reincarnate into a new identity within the same lifetime. okay, you've been asked to let go of some of the identity stuff. That's pretty big. I'm getting a sweat as I say that because I know some of me is as well right now. And the full moon energy that's coming up this month is going to be a big part of it as well. So there's some part of me, I'm going to say this out loud for you to hear. There is some part of me, I haven't quite put my finger on it. It's always easier to see others than to see yourself, right? That the dragons have brought up. And some part of me feels like unconsciously I want to avoid it because now I'm becoming conscious of that. I'm not quite I like to understand things. I'm not quite understanding it, so that means I have to surrender. These are all things I don't like to do. Okay, well, who does, right? And some little part of my ego that I'm going to be talking to over the next few days, because I told you quite a lot, I'm integrating quite heavily with the dragon energies. They're really big. I'm going to explore it a little more to understand, what is this that's playing out? There's a persona coming up right now. This persona is a little bit edgy, like she's not wanting to fully surrender. What does that mean? What is she making this mean about herself? What is she making it mean about Source Creator? What is she making it mean about what she feels, what she looks like, her creation energy? You know, I'm going to go into that and just talk to that part of myself, forgive anything I need to, and move forward. And this feels like that's part of what you're kind of already doing and will be doing, and it's part of everybody is going through this at some stage, right? Do you get what I mean? I don't know if I'm finding the right words. And it feels like even as I'm talking to you guys, I can feel something here in me, right? Which is like vulnerability. Like, why are you telling them that? That's being vulnerable. So some part of me wants to hide. Because I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I've done loads of this work before. What are you talking about? Why would you still want to hide? And this is that thing of, why are you still playing small? So this is within me. That's why I'm seeing this, because we're mirroring in some level. And this new vision that I shared earlier on, like, you see, look at my face just lights up the minute I start talking about it. Like, I can just see, like, I'm like, the vision, it's going to stretch my capacity. We're going to have thousands. We were going to reach thousands of souls in one day and spread the light. That is the goal. How can we initiate as many people as possible into light, into their truth, into their awareness, into their healing, into their self-empowerment, into their magic as a co-creation? I'm not doing this on my own. I wouldn't be able to do it on my own. This is a co-creation. So that's exciting too. I'm going to be doing it with all my ladies and my gents, whoever wants to join, right? We're going to hold this together. There's going to be loads of us, which means it's an even powerful vortex of change. It's going to be freaking massive potential for change. Potential for new codes coming through. This is what we're going to hold in June, right? It's going to be the Festival of Light Language in June. Mahaka Masukuyana. Some of you on this are going to be joining me. You're going to be helping co-create it. Nula. And who else is here? There's a few of you. Damaka Samantaka. So part of me, I'm speaking it out loud because some part of me, even talking about it, maybe tonight because I got on a call with the ladies, maybe some part of me is actually afraid of that at some level unconsciously, even though I feel super excited talking about it. Maybe I'm going to be moving through that, the part of me that doesn't want it fully seen. Like, I don't know, I'm going to have to talk through this part. So Michelle, there could be another part of you is what I want to say, but also many of you watching might be moving through something similar. Okay. So Michelle is saying, I'm sweating right now, so there's lots of energy moving through. Whoo! Wearing a polo neck maybe wasn't a good idea. Much more expansive. I've been feeling restricted on the land where I am, and thank you for reminding me of the expanse. There was interference. Yeah, a lot of us are moving through interference energies. We did a lot of work on that in the Dragon Workshop as well. It's coming up because we're moving into a new cycle. So as we end one cycle, we tend to come across interference energies that don't want you to move on, like move up, move bigger. Especially if you start co-creating, you might see it louder, and that's what we did in the Dragon Workshop. We cleared massive interference energies, which was incredible and freeing. So yes, Michelle, that is definitely happening right now in the collective as well. Sacred key activation for the divine masculine. My palm chakras have been hurting. We've been calling in support as it felt overwhelming. I know, I totally get you. Nula's sacral's getting hot. You're in tears of gratitude. Thank you, my love. Sacred key codes, divine sacred key code blueprints, and business activation logo keys. So anybody that is wanting some specific codes come through for your business, connect in with Michelle. She'll bring it through for you because she's here to anchor that in right now. And she's known as, this is her name, okay, Universal Guardian of the Keys. Thank you, Michelle. So you can message you can message Michelle here, just connect onto her little Michelle L. Smith and you can message her on, I hope you're okay with me saying that, Michelle, they can message you via Messenger is the easiest way to get to you. You can direct them then onto your website and stuff, can't you? And show them what you do. You have samples of what you do. People, I feel like some people need what you're offering. That's just why I'm saying it. It's not like you've paid me to promote you, because that's not what's happening. This is totally like off the cuff. We need to shine each other's gifts out right now, because that's part of co-creation. We all have keys for each other. You are my lock in some way and I am yours. You're my key in some way and you're mine. I say that all the time to my people in the workshop, because when we work together, that's an opportunity every time I grow too, right? No matter who's holding space. Low brown, back of the head vibration. So this here is activating very prominently in people right now. So depending on where it is, if it's up higher, causal chakra activation. If it's down lower, you know, you have a little bump there, right here. There's a specific chakra that's opening up in people right now. So codes have come through in the last 2 months, I think, around that space. I call it the fourth eye chakra. There's probably another name on it. This is actually a huge expansion that's happening. It's part of the 5D chakras that we're now accessing that we haven't before, that are coming online again. And it brings us into new gifts and abilities. This is actually very connected into timeline stuff, right? Anchoring in timelines. This is why we're talking about the highest ascension timeline. It also helps us navigate through karmic timelines, but not just that. Like I talk about the halls of Amenti, I talk about the Akash, because we're multidimensional, right? I talked about, did I talk about that today? I did, I think, in this space. I talked about, did I? No, I didn't. Sorry. Oh my God. Because I just did a closing out ceremony in my soul reading, and I sent that off to them. But what I talked about there was timeline converging. Okay, so timelines are converging. Before, we used to have a lot more space between the timelines. Okay, so they weren't like drip feeding into each other. They weren't bleeding into each other. What we're seeing now is the timelines are like an accordion, like they were opened up and now the accordion is closing. It's like, yeah. And as the timelines converge, we get drip through, feed through, bleed through. And that can look like Mandela effects, glitches in the matrix. It can look like as well. It can look like timeline hops, jumps back, forward, deja vu, lost time. It can also look like, actually, Nuala, it was a question you posed in the light language level 2 to me. I don't know if you're still on this call. You mentioned, I hope you're okay with me saying this out loud. So you had a question once, Nuala, in one of the workshops. You talked about, like, in the mirror, the wing mirror of your car, that you saw multiple versions of a timeline at once, like loads of different people's, all in different clothes. It wasn't just one, it was like multiple versions, like like a wormhole opened up, right? And you just saw all these different timelines at once, like different roads, you could say, loads of different roads of different timelines. Now, I'm just paraphrasing what Nuala said here. And you go, what was that, Mary? Is that multiple times existing at once? Is it an overlay of times? What is that? That is this, right? That's the bleed through, the convergence, the veils got thin. Look at me burping, oh my God. So with this open, you start to see things like that, right? You're going to start to see bleed throughs into timelines, multiple timelines at once. And this can be a little scary for people, but for me, right now, it's kind of exciting when we see it. It's also confirming that anything that's not serving us is collapsing and being reintegrated back into us. So this means we have to come face to face with the deepest, darkest parts of ourselves that might be bleeding through timelines, that maybe we've rejected in another timeline or even in this timeline. Right? And it's here to be healed. It's coming in to be seen, to be felt. It doesn't always feel good when that happens. On the other side, the possibility for expansion into the other aspects that are incredible, that are full of love, that are full of gifts and abilities and have all these, you know, ascendant master type energies, we're also able to receive that in these types of timelines, right? So part of it right now is we are cycling in our karmic stuff. In other words, it's coming to a close because we're entering into a new cycle. Okay, the Kali Yuga has ended. We're entering into another one, but also in our blueprint, a soul blueprint. Anything that's in the false ascension matrix, any version of you that made a decision in a parallel timeline or in a parallel past, present, future timeline, right? Quantum space, wherever it is, that is coming in tighter, and it's going to be healed, and it's going to be integrated, and it's going to be released because the new cycle is starting. When this starts activating within us, we're having the power to consciously see this, tune into it, but also it gives us the power to quantum jump, make quantum leaps. What does that give us? What does that mean? In the blink of an eye, as this timeline converges, you can have that work done literally in the blink of an eye, through the heart. It's not like it's going to take you years. It's not. This can happen in the blink of an eye. So what I'm talking about, it might sound complicated, it might sound like it's freaking hard work. No, it can happen in the blink of an eye, through pure heart, love, intention. Done, right? Then what does that do? It gives us possibility for quantum leaping, quantum jumping, which means that we're creating a version of ourselves through our vision. This is why vision is really important right now. Holding a high ascension line vision, anchoring it into the body, feeling in, playing with it, taking the action for it. The action is needed to quantum jump. And this is where it's an accelerated timeline. That's the best way to say this. What would have taken us 10 years to move through, to get to create before, will now happen like that. That's a quantum jump. And we always want to jump into the highest timeline. You can't make a mistake with this. Don't worry about that. I can feel somebody going, what if I jump into the wrong one? Don't worry about that. Don't go there, okay? Think of this as a game, as playful, as in a what if? I wonder what it would feel like. How amazing would it be? I can feel it now. This is like, get the life of your dreams and your vision. I want you to smell it. I want you to write this out, like journal it. An ideal day in my life, I wake up in the morning on 300 count cotton sheets, because I freaking love that. Like, I love that. I love the feel of beautiful cotton underneath my arse when I wake up, right? Do you? That might not be important for you, but I do. The minute I take a breath in and I have this luxurious, like, I love nice duvet sets. Like, I could have 100 million gold in the bank, but really the nice duvet set is what gets me going in the morning, right? I love the feel of it and the smell of it. I love having a little crack of light come in on my face because the sun is shining. And the slightest smell of salt in the air as I'm by the sea. So I'm painting you a picture of, this is before I open my eyes. Get your day detailed. I have the smell, I have the feel, I have the touch, I have the sense of, the impression of. I'm going to write it out. I wake up, I open my eyes, I feel a smile on my lips. I'm warm, I'm cozy. I hear the gentle breathing of my loved one by me as the covers gently rise and fall. This gives me a sense of comfort, of connection. I reach out and give him a hug, right? Get detailed, whether you have a partner or not and you want one. Get detailed. What would he look like? What would he smell like? What would it feel like to hug them? Come on, does he have morning breath? Make your life ideal, right? Maybe he's cleaned his teeth before you give him a hug. I'm playing with you, but it's into the what if and what would it feel like, and then be in it. Make it in the now. Don't write it in the future tense. Write it in the now tense. What happens then? Well, then I'm going to, push the covers across. I'm going to put my feet on the ground. What do I feel under my feet? Do I have a rug? Is it tiles? Is it wood? Like, get detailed. Let your senses guide you into your ideal. Everything. Walk up the corridor. Are you going into a kitchen? Do you have an apartment? When you look outside the window, is there a garden? Is there a sea view? Are there animals? Horses, cats, dogs, rabbits? Do you hear the birds through the window, or are the windows soundproof? What kind of curtains do you have when you pull them across? Or is it blinds? When you walk into the kitchen, how is it laid out? When you open up your fridge, what's in your fridge? What are you eating? Do you have somebody that comes in to help you clean? Because that was in my one. Because I don't like cleaning, right? I'd like somebody to come in maybe once or twice a week to give me a hand with that. So my focus, my energy can go into my creations. Some people love cleaning. Maybe you love to get your gloves on. I'm so teasing, but I need people to feel into that possibility, because this is what helps create quantum jump energy and leaps. But you can change and shift that vision as you move and change. Do you have kids running around? What are your hobbies? How long do you stay working? What's your day like? How's the balance there? Feel into your bank account. What does it feel like? Do you have a bank account? Is it a communal bank account? Are you in a community? What's the community feel like? What do you do in the evenings? What's nature feel like? Get detailed on this. When you hold that vision and then you breathe it in, you smell it, you taste it, you touch it, you imagine it, go anchor it in the Ontario Stargate because it will freaking amplify that, right? Is there anything else that wants to come through on this? What would your soundtrack be if it was to have music? So put a soundtrack to that day in the life and play the music while you imagine it. And then move the body, dance to it. Get physical in it. Share it with somebody that you trust. And then let them share theirs with you. And I can guarantee that this will have a massive effect on your creation capability, power, and capacity. All right, my loves. Lindsay, I get what you mean. Okay, you're feeling it too. Hi, Linda. Andy. Thank you, Liz. Lo Brown. Hi, Lo. Another new soul joining. Hello. Hello, Lo. So there's lots of energy coming through. Low. Some throat stuff instantly. So getting your permission. I'm just going to actually take a drink. So we're going to clear some throat stuff. This is connected into your expression. I feel specifically it's actually expression to the masculine. Whether that's a man in your life, or whether it's like source creator masculine, or whether it's your inner masculine talking to that, or whether it's a brother, a husband, a brother, a son, an uncle. There's something with creation, expression, and the masculine. It doesn't feel expansive. So if it doesn't feel expansive, it's not like totally constricted, but it's just not expansive as it could be. So we're going to invite in a balance for that. And support, bringing in that support energy. Maybe it's even in the how of the communication, how it's received even. And is it empowered? Is it coming from the heart or is it coming from a reaction when we communicate? Do you get me? Anywhere that communication was shut down, it could even be teachers, like as a kid or something. Don't speak up, don't say that, some like old programming in the subconscious, and this is affecting how you fully express your truth right now in some way. And this might even be like expressing. Hold on, I'm getting some phone calls through. Expressing your creation energy. Oh my God, your heart is just so big though. Your heart is so big. You have such a beautiful, loving energy. Thank you for allowing me to feel that. We're going to clear that right side and anywhere that's affecting the third eye into seeing your truth, seeing your authentic reality, which is a perception shift as well, which helps increase expansivity. That's not even a word. Helps increase capacity, which there's something to do with your energy here as well, like your energy and where your energy is going and how much energy you can hold without getting tired. Does that make sense? This is that balancing between the doing again, the in service, and then the receiving, because we go into periods of giving, like which is in service, But we also need the periods of receiving and the balancing of that as well, which is another part of the masculine. Look at me burping. Oh, so much energy. Can you guys hear me? I won't be able to stay on too long because I'm getting phone calls through. Namashach. Which cards? Yeah, I'm going to pull these ones actually for you, Joe. Hi Jean, you're on. This is the last one, by the way. This is not Joe, this is Lo. Excuse me, Lo. Lo Brown. What a beautiful energy. Again, like I saw sparkles around somebody else. You have sparkles too. And sparkle energy for me is magic energy. It's like fairy-like energy. It's play, laughter, mahanti, mahashukri. And that's felt paralyzed or anything in the past. We're going to release, revoke, rescind, delete that. There's definitely something around controlling how you express, though. So I'm sorry, please forgive me if ever that has happened, and if I'm wrong, forgive me as well. It's just I'm feeling that as maybe it's karmic, maybe it's familial, like how we express. Maybe it's something we observed in our own families on how expression happens, particularly in the males, right? Nyamakwa and hima, then that maybe affects how we show up fully in our truth, our light. Anywhere there's anything around manipulation of expression, trying to control how you express, release, revoke, rescind, delete that across time, space, dimensions, and realities. That's what it is. Somebody, like an energy trying to control the how of the expression because it makes them uncomfortable. Is that a projection? Can I see that? It's a cord or attachment. So this feels like, I'm going to say it feels like a close relationship. Only for the highest good. Now we invite in love and just fill that space with love. Open down to your sitting space, soften and breathe like you're a sunflower and you're just gonna let that sunflower light energy through the body. Let it through the right side. Uhandamasi Kayamatori Tamta Kwali Yenamawan Yamanone Yamanawe Sui. Why? So around the shoulder, like responsibility as well, like you're carrying somebody right now as well. Perhaps they're not able to carry themselves. Maybe they're not feeling well. Maybe mentally they're not quite stable. I don't know if that's the right word. Capable. I feel like you're helping somebody carry somebody right now. Like it's a responsibility, whether it's energetic or you're physically actually caring for someone. So if you need extra support to help with that, we invite that through, where it's not you carrying them on your own. Again, around the throat. What about your needs? How are they being met right now? Singing will really help you. I think you sing, and if you don't sing, sing, because it's going to clear. Your voice has the power to clear and shift energies. You have a specific resonance in your voice that it's deeply healing. It's like liquid gold honey, like you know when you drink cacao chocolate, nom 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 nom. It's just there's something there. So you have a lot of power in your hand. You have an activated hand, healing hand, and your voice with your hand will clear. If you literally speak to sound create with your hands, you will clear lots of energies around your own field, but also in your home. There's something in your home that wants to be cleared, like a residue energy, and I would just go around the home right now with your hand and just imagine your hand as a beam of light. It's just Christ light energy, it's source light energy, it's beauty and it's grace and it's healing and it's pure. And it's just filling the room with light. You're putting rainbows of light everywhere, swirls of light everywhere. You're clearing, clearing, clearing. It's going back into the earth. It's going back to Source Creator. I feel like it's a shedding energy. And when I say that, like somebody might have been physically ill or mentally, like they're releasing some grief or anger or trauma. Like it feels heavy. I'm not quite getting the emotion. It could even be like thought projections, and it's just settling like a lower, denser gas. So you just want to clear that home out. It could even be where your home is as well, that it'll need that little bit more clearing. It could be that the land energies need that bit more support where you are. It could be that you're living with other people, I don't know, and it'll just need that little bit of support right now because there's a lot of shedding, if you want to put it that way. The word is shedding. I'm getting shedding, shedding, shedding. Can we call in the angelics and the dragons to help clear that right now, please? And sweep up that space all around, beautiful low, all around anybody that's in her field of consciousness or awareness, and into her home, into the walls, into the floors, into the ceilings, please. Bring it back into earth to be transmuted. Is there animals around you? If there's like birds, dogs, cats, anything like that, now we're just going to ask them as well to be clear, because maybe they're holding on to energy too. And it's important that you do that in your bedroom at night, because you transmute energy for other people low. So you don't want to be doing it in your sleep. You want to just set an intention before you go to sleep, because your heart is just so big that you love a lot, right? And when the hearts are that big, you'll unconsciously help people, right? And you'll take in and you'll clear and then you'll send it out again. So I would say, just because right now the way the energies are, before you sleep, just saying like, I clear all the energies before I sleep. I invite my own energy just to me. My energy is mine. Your energy is yours. I am in my energy tonight. I replenish and refuel my own energy, because I feel like you do a lot of work at night as well, though. And it's just that when we do this a lot, right? When we do it a lot, we do it over an extended period of time, when maybe there's a lot of things happening around us and we can't control it, we need to ensure our energy is being replenished. And we trust what we can do in those cases. I feel like there's people around you right now that are like needing you, right? Whether they know it or not. You send them to be cared for by the angels. You send them to be cared for by the dragon. You send them to be cared for by the Fae, by Source Creator, by Christ. You know, let them be cared for by someone else. Does that make sense? And let your energy be for you at night. And place yourself in that golden light bubble of Christ energy. I'm going to use Christ a lot with you. When I say the word Christ, it's the Christic consciousness. That is, we have the Magdalene behind me. That's Christ energy. It's not just about Yeshua. Sri Kaleshwar is Christ energy, Babaji is Christ energy, Krishna is Christ energy, Buddha is Christ energy, Kuan Yin is Christ energy. It's a consciousness. So just because I don't know where your layout of the land is there, just recognize when I use that, it's a high consciousness energy. Bring that in, because it's very powerfully woven into your field already. You're very guided by it. You have the power to activate your blood into the Christ Grail energies, and that is through your sound creation. I would invite you to look up a lady called Stellar Fairburn. Does anybody remember her name? I'm not saying it right. And if somebody knows who I'm talking about, will you post a link to her for low? She has specific sounds in her voice that heal blood and activate the Christ conscious connection in the blood, amplify your healing power within you, but also for others. And there's a technique, I'm burping, that I need to share with you, so that if you are working with others, or there's people in your family or friends or communities that are not well, or animals even, she has a technique that she uses with sound and blood. And they scientifically did this. They took vials of blood, okay, they put it into a Faraday cage, they did an experiment with a scientist. She sang the songs, they got together in a group, they prayed. I think they actually used the Aramaic prayer, Abunda Bashmaya, Nitkadashnach, Tati Malkutach, Nechwe Sebianam, Aikana, the Bashmaya Aftabaha. So ancient Aramaic, which holds a very seed sound. Again, the sound of creation. This you and your voice sound, low, low, low. So much energy, so much healing. You have an awful lot of karmic knowledge. You have a lot of soul knowledge, right, in you around this. Connect in with her. See, you might only need to ever watch that one thing and that's it. Then you're off, and you know how to do this already because it's already in your field of consciousness. What they did was then they took the vials of blood out of the Faraday cage, they said the prayers together over it, and they sang. They used sound. And they then tested the blood again, and they saw that the blood had amplified. It had created itself more, like 500 times more. So the blood had gotten stronger, it had gotten cleaner, it had gotten healthier. And they were able to tell this by the platelet count, the plasma count, right? And that was by prayer. So they're able to show that prayer, it can affect you. Sound and song and coming together in that one love, sending love, energy. And they use golden light, they use, I think, the violet flame and the golden flame. They were able to prove this. Okay, so there's something for you in this that's coming through right now that I needed to give you voice to. And maybe you're able to use this. I feel like there's somebody in your family, and I don't know, or your friend group, or maybe it hasn't happened yet, but they'll need some assistance. I don't know. Maybe it's your own body that you're healing, right? What is the card that came through? We got a Christ being filled with light. That's so bright it's barely showing, isn't it? Super kind eyes, isn't it? I don't know this being actually, but it's definitely Christ energy. We have the holy flame, the holy fire around him there as well. Dwal Kul, I think is how you pronounce it. I never heard of this being. These are a new card deck to me as well. Ganamata. It says Dharma unfolding. And it says, remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. So Dal Kul, known as the Tibetan, is a Tibetan Buddhist master. He is said to have had many incarnations. I mentioned the Buddha. Okay, he's connected to the Buddha. I'm getting shivers all over my body just saying this, by the way. Hold on. I can feel his energy come through. He's making me so... Oh my God, it feels like his hands are on my shoulders here. He's just placing two... He's standing behind me and he's placing two hands like that around my arms. I can just feel them. So he was a devotee of Buddha himself and is one of the 3 wise men who honored baby Jesus. Wow, we mentioned Christ, right? Through his earthly experiences, he has learned the importance of spiritual practice and discipline, and knows that the path that we are on unfolds over time. He is now helping lightworkers follow their dharma, which means in Sanskrit, the way of living, the right way of living, the ascended timeline way of living. When Dwal Kul appears in a reading, he reminds you that your path is unfolding as it should. Take one step at a time and remember that your only spiritual function is to be happy. You are a powerful person with many lessons under your belt and a real capacity to share your wisdom with the world. Take the time to go over what you have learned recently, recognize the strengths it has brought you, and acknowledge where you have been courageous. Dual Cool is now working with your angel guides to help your journey unfold like a beautiful lotus flower, one petal at a time. I can really feel his energy, so I'm going to invite him to come through. I don't know if he's going to speak light language through me, or is he just going to give us a message. So thank you. Michelle has put in Stellar's link there. Michelle Smith, and I think Judy did as well, for Low. So Low, I hope you get to hear that. And you can press on the links here in the group. It'll bring you to Stellar. So I hope you're here, Low. I don't see you messaging, but this is for you. He's inviting us to take a deep breath in and to feel him standing behind us, his hands resting on our shoulders, relaxing, almost giving a massage of let it go, let go that, let it go. Let the love massage you. And he's quite silent. He's just saying, I am the way. I am the way. I am the way. I am the way. And he's saying, this is how we found the Christ. We kept saying we are the way, and the way was unfolded to us. We follow the stars. The way becomes unfolded when we trust, allow, and follow the signs. Follow the signs, Lo, to the truth of all that you be. Humash Kalara Samder Kalish Kadash Samara Ander Kadesh Smacht Nokwala Kaner Manush Kadush Kalila Andara O Andararar O Andararer O Hor Kalar Kalar Kalar. Saying, just feel my relaxation move through you, the tranquility and the peace of love, of knowing, of feeling that I am the way, and the way is one, and the way is love, and the way is truth. I am the way. I am the way. I am the way. He's showing me Mount Kailash. It is in Tibet, but it's also between, it goes through 4 countries like India, Tibet, China, and maybe Nepal, I'm not sure, but I feel like it's, or maybe it's 3 countries. It has 4 sides. It's shaped like a pyramid effect. He's showing me, and this came through last week as well with the dragons as a PowerPoint spot helping grid work and lay work. He's showing me though that there is a realm within this space, the inner earth realm. He's showing me that the Buddhist monks, that's why they all pray up here. They all come to these mountains that they pray on, these valleys, and Mount Kailash, because it's, the veil is so thin that they're completely connected to that source energy, the enlightenment energy. That's why they all gather in that space. It brings them into source consciousness very easily. There's not much density there. And they're saying, Lo, we want you to remember this connection because you were one of us at one time. I actually think you cross paths in another timeline, another version. Because he's showing me the monks meditating in that mountain, and the veils are so thin it's like they disappear between realms and dimensions. That they're umming like that whole, again, sound keeps coming for you, Lo. The that resonance, oh, you hear them when they do that kind of sounding. And maybe that's for me to direct you to go look at the Tibetan monk soundings and the throat singing. I feel like there's a whole realm of exploration for you here that will bring back a lot of remembrances of your time. As your soul is super old, you've done a lot. And as you remember, you will gather back more of that energy, more of that strength, and more of that empowerment of your true divine nature. Just your very being is a blessing on earth, so thank you for being here. And we're going to close out with that now. My energy is mine, your energy is yours. This vortex is now closed. All extra energies created back into the earth for healing and love for all her peoples. Any energies not acknowledged, forgive us. We now send you into the light with the angels to continue your journey to source. My energy is mine, your energy is yours. We are now complete. I hope that you enjoyed that, my loves. So, my darlings, what fun that was tonight. Lots of love. And as I know more, I will explain, I will share what is happening in June with our festival of light language, with our festival of getting to as many souls as possible, all of us together, co-creating, alighting, igniting, spreading absolute love, truth, wisdom. And that's what we're here to do, isn't it? We're just being ourselves, by sharing our gifts. Right? That's it. It's so simple. It's so simple. So I hope that you too will all join me on this journey that we're on. I'll share more of it again. Thank you, my darlings. Thank you, Peggy. Peggy must know Lo. Do you know Lo? I don't know Lo. So it's such a pleasure to have both of you new souls with me tonight. So thank you for allowing me to co-create with you. It's been an absolute pleasure. What a big heart expansion I've received from that. I don't know, is Lo here? Maybe you might tag her in case she's missed her own message. Peggy is saying she is a blessing on earth. Oh, thank you. And Lo has to work and she'll catch it later. Okay, you could be in different time zones than me. I don't know where you are. Absolutely. Sima Nanihir. I see sparkles in the two of you. I didn't know you knew each other. So you both have connections. Isn't that awesome? Danna Matari. Michelle, thank you as well for allowing me to connect with you. And peeps, I do feel there's one or two of you that have watched this or will watch this in the future that will be connecting with Michelle because she has a key for you. So do reach out and feel into that. Lots of love, my darlings. Mwah. Bye-bye.